Good morning. Please be seated. Graduates, award winners, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ben Reid, and as chair of this morning's proceeding, may I welcome you to this graduation ceremony for the conferment of awards for the Faculty of Education, Health and Wellbeing. I would first like to welcome you, our distinguished class of 2018. It is to recognise your graduation that we are all here today to celebrate with you. Seated behind me are members of academic staff and invited guests of the school, and also guests of the wider university community. The ceremony will begin with the awarding of an honorary degree. We will then have the presentation of graduates. Each graduate will be called across the stage to be presented to the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Jeff Layer, and Dean of Faculty, Dr. Alex Hopkins, with special mention be made of any prizes or academic distinctions. Please join us in applauding the achievements of each student as they become graduates of the University of Wolverhampton. I do hope that you have a most enjoyable morning. I now call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Jeff Layer, to say a few words.
Honoured guests, ladies, gentlemen, graduates, welcome to the University of Wolverhampton graduation ceremony. And for our sign language users, as Vice-Chancellor of the University, it's a real privilege for me and my colleagues to be here to meet with you and to celebrate your achievements. Because graduation is a really, really special time. It's a time for reflection, it's a time for consideration, and it's a time for celebration. And you, graduates, should be proud. Proud of your hard work, proud of your dedication, proud of all your achievements, proud of all the taking of opportunity you've done to date. You'll have made many friends, you'll have undertaken various tasks, and you've achieved. And a lot of that has been through the support of your family and your friends and the staff behind me and around the hall. And it is part of being part of a university community, and it is part of your achievement that you've done that collectively and together. So you've done really well, and you probably were of the view that the university had done all it was going to do in terms of tasks for you. However, you have one more task in front of you, which is wearing shoes that might have just come out of a box this morning, with hats that you don't normally go out in on a Friday night. You will come up this stage and you will receive your award, and we'll all be really proud of you. And you need to be proud of yourself because you have done something really special. Now, you graduate from a university with a long, illustrious heritage. First established in 1827 at a time of the Industrial Revolution, in the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution, in the industrial heartland, when for the first time in the world people began to work in factories as we moved from an agrarian to an industrialised society. Our Victorian forefathers determined the need to invest in the development and the training of the workforce. And that's why Wolverhampton Mechanics Institute was established. And that set one of the two pillars of the university of today. A university that focuses very much on the development of vocational higher education, where people move through a tailored programme of study into the careers and the vocations of their choice. And that's why we, because of the nature of our curriculum and your hard work, my colleagues work with you, are in the position where 96% of our students to your contribution. But the other pillar that we're proud of, that we established way back in the Victorian times. In 1835, we taught people, adults, to read and write in the Wolverhampton Free Library. And that created the other pillar of the university, which is one about opportunity. And we are the University of Opportunity. We provide access to higher education to all those that wish to undertake it. And we support them through it. And we help them to achieve. And we have an incredibly diverse student body. And we're really proud of that diversity. Different ages, different ethnicities, different ways of working, different household scenarios. And we're delighted with that. It's no surprise, therefore, that we teach more hearing impaired and deaf students than any other university in the country, and we're proud of that. So you've taken that opportunity, and now you need to think about the next stages. Because remember the words of Mahatma Gandhi, live as if you were to die tomorrow, learn as if you were to live forever, because you will never stop learning. We all learn all the time. Higher education has got a number of key roles, and they're summed up as 4 functions in a report led by Lord Deering. And those 4 functions for the future, which is what you will be going into. And most importantly, to contribute to the development of democratic, civil and inclusive societies, something that the university feels very dear to. So they're the purposes of higher education, and you've had the opportunity and you've taken that opportunity. But you're also thinking about your futures. Think of the role of education. Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And we as a University of Opportunity focus very much on education, which is why we have a family of schools, many of whom are represented on the platform today. Through academies and partnerships, we have 14 schools, 1,000 staff, 8,500 young people in schools, where we work through our work in education with those schools around attainment and around school performance and teacher development. It is a holistic approach to the world of education, where we see students progressing through not only our schools, primary, secondaries and university technical colleges, but also through the university. And the value of education, the value of being a teacher, can never be underestimated. As Malala Yousafzai said, one child, one teacher, one book, one pen can change the world. And that's the role you'll be pursuing. You will be some of the leaders of the future. And leadership brings with it great responsibility. Now, our curriculum, our teaching, our development with you has equipped you with the skills of leadership. It is about being able to analyse situations, to be able to problem solve, to be able to communicate, to be able to have the interpersonal skills that go with it. That makes contribution towards being a leader, and that's what we see you as you develop. And we want you to exercise those skills with responsibility. But you should always be bold and inventive and innovative. And remember the words of Barack Obama. We did not come here to fear the future, but to shape it. And that's what you'll be doing, those of you who move into our schools. We are a very ambitious university. very ambitious. We are developing all the time. We are investing all the time. We wish to have the best possible student experience. We want as many people to be able to study and to succeed in higher education as possible. And we help shape that world. I've talked about the schools that we work with. We work very much with the different areas and different vocational areas around the economy, for example, in cybersecurity or construction. And that's part of a university at the heart of its community, both socially and economically. But you see, when we talk about ambition, the real sense is that we want you to be ambitious. We want you to strive. We want you to set targets. We want you to achieve those targets, and we wish to support you to do that. We want you to be ambitious for yourself, for the person you're sat next to, for your family and your friends, for the communities in which you live, for the work, the organisation in which you work. And to do that, you need to be determined. Might not work first time, but you keep going. And when you face that adversity and when you wish to remind yourselves of the ambition we want you to have and the determination you need, remember the words of Winnie the Pooh. Life is like a jar of honey. If you stick at it, you will reap sweet rewards. So, we want you to have that ambition. Today, when you graduate, you join the ranks of our alumni. And we want you to stay in touch with us. We want you to tell us what you do. We want you to think, when you're ready, in the future, of how you can help the students who follow you through offering mentorship, some work experience, a day ever taught. And I was surprised at that because you didn't sound quiet. But we'll find out as we celebrate everybody's achievements in a minute. So, graduation, time of reflection, but think about this last message, which is what we want you to do. We want you to search for every opportunity open to you. We want you to take every opportunity given to you. But most of all, we want you to provide opportunities for others. By doing that, you carry on the long tradition of the university that you graduate from today. On behalf of everybody in the room, congratulations and well done.
Thank you, Vice-Chancellor. I now call upon Andy Lane, Professor of Sports and Learning, to present Sarah Clark for the conferment of an honorary degree of Doctor of Letters.
Morning. Vice-Chancellor, I am honoured to present Sarah Clark, upon whom the Board of Governors Academic Board wish to convey an honorary degree, Doctor of Letters from the University of Wolverhampton. Sarah is the first woman to be appointed role of Black Rod in the House of Lords in its 650 years history. In early 2018, she became the first woman to serve in this role, formerly known as which is now known as the Lady Usher of the Black Rod, which they even had to give it a new title because previously it only had a male title, known as the Gentleman Usher. This is itself a remarkable achievement. Sarah has many remarkable achievements which I'll go on to briefly explain. She is from Wolverhampton, a native of Wolverhampton. She grew up around here. She was born close to Wolverhampton Wanderers Football Club, remains a supporter. She attended Wolverhampton Girls High School and left to go to university. She has had an outstanding career in many different areas, many of which being in sport, having leading roles at the London Marathon, UK Sport, 4 Olympic Games, including London 2012. She has held posts at the Wembley National Football Stadium and Women's Tennis Association. This is quite a remarkable achievement and an indicator of her remarkable determination. On leaving school, she worked at Wimbledon Tennis and has later gone on to be the director of the All England Lawn Tennis Club with responsibilities for the whole of the championships. Quite a remarkable journey. After Wimbledon, she applied and became appointed for the role of Black Rod, appointed by the Queen. And you can see that on your if you want to. In the House of Lords, she heads up a busy department, continuing to do work for the country in this important position. Everyone at the University of Wolverhampton is committed to offering opportunities for everyone. As the first female Black Rod in the 650-year history of the role, Sarah Clark is a pioneer and an inspiration to students here, particularly female students aspiring to break through barriers. Vice-Chancellor, in recognition of her exceptional work and ongoing services, I wish to present Sarah Clark for the conferment of an honorary degree of Doctor of Letters from the University of Wolverhampton. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Slight rustle of paper, do excuse me. I would like at the very start to give my deepest thanks to the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Jeff Layer, and to the Board of Governors that decided to confer this award, as well as to Professor Andy Lane and Ben Reid. It really was a great honour to be offered the award and to be able to come here today to receive it from my hometown university. I'm exceptionally proud of where I come from. And the whole acknowledgement from the University of Wolverhampton means a tremendous amount to me. I have to say it was very unexpected when I opened the letter in the summer, and I was very pleased to get it, so thank you. I was thinking on my way up here what on earth to say to all of you, knowing that it had to be quite short and to the point, because today is all about you and your tremendous achievements. And I started by reflecting on my graduation day way back when, which was probably a bit of a shock to me, about 30 years ago. And as I was sitting there waiting to get my certificate, what I had actually planned for my life and my career path, and quite frankly, it wasn't that concrete at that point. I knew I wanted to work in sport. I knew I wanted to run events, probably. But I really didn't think that 30 years on I would end up in my current role as Black Rod, or indeed as having run the Wimbledon Championships. What I did reflect on, though, that over the 30 years I've had the privilege to work with and for some of the greatest administrators, sports people, and experts in many, many varied fields, both now and in the past. But just as important, I've had the privilege to work with some of the most decent, dedicated, caring individuals and team members from all walks of life and at all levels who have made the organisation and the events work and succeed by fulfilling their day-to-day roles, being committed and being the key pieces of the jigsaw. All these people, whatever their roles and whatever levels, have my deepest admiration, respect and actually thanks, because I know I couldn't do the jobs I had done without all these people's hard commitment, dedication and work. I made a choice about a year ago to change my role, although there are many similarities between running the championships and being Black Rod, but I won't go into them now. When I applied for the job at Black Rod, I did it with the belief that I had the right qualities for consideration and delivery, and I really wanted to try to see if I could get that role. And I went into that process with the hope that others would think this too. I was fortunate to be appointed, and when I started in the House of Lords, I was most warmly welcomed by all the people, whether that be the peers, the administration, or the staff in general. People took time to speak to me. They listened to my questions. They also asked me very, very incisive questions and my views on what I thought should be, the vision for the future or any changes. That just leads me on to the key themes of the few points I want to actually put across today. You will be faced with many choices in life, and indeed will have already made many. These choices will dictate your path. But I would suggest at all times, try, and I use the word try because you can't do it every day, none of us can, but try to believe in yourself and your ability. Try to be kind to others and to listen. My deepest thing that I want to put across to you is that when you go out into the world and you work, respect people, listen to them, work with them. Everybody has a value. And the other thing is that as you sit here today, it's fine if you're not clear about what you want to do. What is very important is to work out, if you're not clear what you really want to do, is what you don't want to do. I think that was probably my starting point at many points in my life. I was quite clear about what I didn't want to actually do, even if I was unsure what I really wanted to do. Looking out at you all, you have much to come. Many decisions and much hard work. But today you should enjoy your achievements and your hard-earned awards. And they have been hard-earned by yourselves, but also by all these people who are here with you today, who have supported you, be that relatives, friends, families, partners. They are just as much part of this ceremony today and why you are sitting there in your achievements. But do wake up tomorrow not doubting that if you have a wish or a desire to achieve something, please focus on it. Really go for it. Do not let past positions put you off thinking you can't do it. If you do not try, you will never know. If I can leave you with one thought out of probably quite a few as I stand here now and start to really think, I was really fortunate at an early age to be taught, wherever you work, make sure you get to know the people, whomever they are, whatever they do, make time to talk to them and make time to listen. Sadly, in this day and age, sometimes we are not very good at listening, or we think we're listening, but we're not really listening. Connection and consideration often improves both of the individual's lives where there is communication. It deepens understanding, and it can often make the day better. It doesn't always, but hopefully it will. You have just made a tremendous effort to get here today. You have got a very exciting future in front of you. I just want to give my deepest thanks again to the Board of Governors for granting me this degree. But most importantly, today is your day. So many congratulations to all of you here, everybody who is in front of us now, and also everybody again in the audience who have supported and have been part of this journey, for all the graduates here. Enjoy collecting your own degrees, and please have all my best and good wishes for all your futures, and just embrace your future. Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah. I now call upon Paul Girton, Course Leader for Undergraduate Primary Teacher Education and Senior Lecturer in Primary Initial Teacher Education, to present the newly conferred member of the University Professoriate and the award winners to the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Jeff Layer, and Dean of Faculty, Dr. Alex Hopkins.
Vice-Chancellor, I present to you Jackie Dunn, Professor of Lifelong Learning and Skills. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you award winners from the Faculty of Education, Health and Wellbeing. Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary Education, Computing, Noli Valerie Chigwedere. Afsa Hussain. Winner of the F. Elliott Memorial Fund Prize Secondary, John Lee Langford. Matthew Luke Roberts. Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary Education, Dance, Monique Celestina Gale. Rebecca Lisa Jones. Sammy Jo Rowson. Jessica Truelove. Emily Weblin. Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Primary Education, Megan Ainsworth. Rabia Ali. Jack Vernon Andrea. Lauren Jessica Astbury. Hannah Barrow. Rumi Begum. Zuleika Jahanara Begum. Gemma Louise Bird. Sophie Bond. Rifa Chowdhury. Ashley Suzanne Colley. Manisha Devi. Kamaldeep Dufa. Jessica May Edwards. Thomas Edwards. Olivia Elms. Amy Leanne Farmer. Rochelle Louise Finch. Nicola Fraser. Leander Gardner. Bethan Lee Hazel. Jessica Elizabeth Horsley. Inchia Irfanul Haq. Jade Charmaine Johnson. Rachel Jones. Humaira Kamal. Natasha Marie Cambo. Ravinder Kaur. Ravina Tanya Clare. Emma Lauren Lloyd. Karen Maman Pal. Neil Richard Platt. Abby Louise Price. Shalini Pushkana. Victoria Louise Ridgway. Emily Louise Robbins. Sarina Sandhu. Jasmine Yolanuda Smith-Brown. Harkiran Sodhi. Rosie Hannah Tachuk. Victoria Elizabeth Ward. Christina Westwood. Sophie Joanne White. Harriet Wyatt. Chelsea Samantha Wilson. Louise Wood. Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Primary Education with SEND Specialism, winner of the F. Elliott Memorial Prize Primary, Courtney Ackerman. Phoebe Brailsford. Sophie Louise Bryan. Elizabeth Beatrice Hadgkiss. Kirsty Johns. Ruth Alice Sanford. Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary Education, Art and Design, Hayley Alexandra Beard. Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary Education, Biology, Beth Lily Andrews. Hafsa Bibi. Rebecca Leanne Haddock. Fozia Jabin. Alana Moss-Deely. Gina Gasharan Kaur Nijjar. Benjamin George Pierce. Abida Randera. Winner of the Marjorie Cronell Prize for Secondary Science, Natalie Ann Smallshaw. Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary Education, Chemistry, Atika Ahmed. Katie Beasley. Stephanie Rose Featherstone. Miami Sandrine Njamba. Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary Education, Design and Technology, Thomas Walsh. Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary Education, Drama, Kirsty Louise May Gwynn. Lauren Lincoln. Christopher Graham Prestige. Winner of the Karen Griffiths Memorial Prize Secondary, Jonathan Scott. Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary Education, English, Laura Elizabeth Bowater. Maria Catherine Doherty. Olivia Lucas. Danielle Sean Raya. Winner of the F. Elliott Memorial Fund Prize Secondary, Rebecca Till. Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary Education, History, Robert Leonard Endine. Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary Education, Mathematics, Amanda Kalina Ann Beddoes. Jebin Begum. Samuel James Clark. Hayley Downs. Adam Harper. Anna Blagoeva Lacina Kalinkova. Saoirse Lawlor Kennedy. Eric Macaulay. Katie Mills. Abdul Kudus. Samantha Roberts. Habib Salim. Keir Michael Charles Sandbrook. Emily Short. Vandana Talwar. Nazola Tariq. Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary Education, Modern Foreign Languages, Marie-Therese Barrett. Alex Georgina Holmes. Estelle Michel. Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary Education, Physical Education, Leah Winifred Adshead. Hayley Stephanie Ashford. Robert James Butler. Jodie Alexandra Kane. Neve Mora Disi. Rebecca Doyle. Amy Dawn Higginson. Sophie Key. Annie Kibble. Anup Himatlal Singadia. Alexandra Smith. Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary Education, Physics, Henna Rahim. Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary Education, Psychology, Lara Rose Alexander. Kirsty Marie Dawson. Mark Francis Kelly. Abigail Susan Miles. Samantha Warner. Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary Education, Social Sciences, Hannah Cole. Aisha Mahmood. Bachelor of Education with Honours, Early Primary Education, with First Class Honours, Sandip Kaur Baya. With First Class Honours, Sophie Bowen. With First Class Honours and winner of the F. Elliott Memorial Prize Primary, Sarah Elizabeth Cash. Rachel Edwards. Jaya Ellis Perks. With First Class Honours, Sophie Essex. With First Class Honours, Sophie Michelle Green. With First Class Honours, Lisa Ings. With First Class Honours, Bethany Jade Merritt. With First Class Honours, Jessica Francis O'Gara. Bachelor of Education with Honours, Primary Education, Aisha Hana Mariam Ali. With First Class Honours, Georgina Claire Allison. Jacob Brian Colin Barton. Naila Bibi. With First Class Honours, Thomas Bird. With First Class Honours, Matthew Paul Brazier. With First Class Honours, Jack William Bridges. Chloe Brown. With First Class Honours, Lydia Bullock. With First Class Honours, Charlotte Burson. With First Class Honours, Courtney Cranage. With First Class Honours, Chloe Jane Culverwell. Kaylee Davis. With First Class Honours, Daniel Robert Dowson. Alicia Dunn. Winner of the Karen Griffiths Memorial Prize Primary, Jonathan Farmer. With First Class Honours, April Gilman. Hannah Grove. first class honours, Charlotte Louise Hadley. With first class honours and winner of the F. Elliott Memorial Prize Primary, Charlotte Ann Hancock. Luke Paul Hartley. Fallon Chelsea Hayes. Melissa Faye Hayes. With first class honours, Danielle Megan Hughes. With first class honours, Freya Shan Hughes. Grace Johnson. Jessica Jones. Lucy Elizabeth Jones. Verity Marie Jones. Aisha Khan. With first class honours, Grace Ann Langley. Megan Ann Lee. With Nicola Ann Maybury. John Martin McFarland. With first class honours, Anisha Meehan. Jessica O'Donnell. With first class honours, James Pannell. With first class honours, Christina Perkins. With first class honours, Francesca Emily Perry. With first class honours, Anna Elizabeth Rooney. With first class honours, Dominica Julia Sanitra. With first class honours, Megan Joanne Saville. With first class honours, Donna Scaife. With first class honours, Scott Seymour. With first class honours, Gemma Louise Simpkin. With first class honours, Louisa May Smith. Ryan Alex Smith. Shannon Smith. With first class honours, Charlotte Diane Snape. Melissa Stewart. With first class honours, Gemma Thickett. With first class honours, Matthew Tipton. Cara Turner. With first class honours, Matthew Turner. With first class honours, Trudy Ward. With first class honours, Amy Jasmine Westwood. Hannah Wood. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Primary Education Studies, Bethany Gray. Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary Education, Chemistry, Amy Dealey. Vice-Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of finalists from the Faculty of Education, Health and Wellbeing.
I would now like to invite all of those who've just graduated to show their appreciation to everyone who has, in one way or another, contributed to their success. Graduates, please stand and turn to offer your applause to the people who have supported you through your time at university. Could I ask you now to turn back and congratulate the staff behind me who have supported you. Thank you. Please be seated. I would now like to call upon Jade, Community Officer of the Students' Union.
Greetings. Ooh. Greetings to... Is that on? Greetings to Vice-Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, and of course the graduating class of 2018. May I take the time to congratulate all of you who have achieved a degree at this ceremony. It is a pleasure and an honour to be here with you on such a special occasion. We are gathered here today to celebrate what you have achieved throughout your university experience, which I hope it has allowed you to look back and have wonderful, joyful memories throughout your degree and university life. I hope during your time here you had the chance to engage with the Student Union, and we as the Student Union have contributed to those joyful memories. Whether that was engaging in our events and activities the Student Union and societies have put on throughout your years at university, or by being a source of support through our advice and support team and the Student Voice team. Those who achieve in life are those who do not stop in the face of obstacles. This is every student in this room today, as you have completed your degree, even though at times it was probably difficult and stressful. You kept working hard, whether it was completing your assignments or revising for your exams, or both. I am sure many of you have overcome a number of obstacles throughout your university life and achieved the best you could. You should be so proud of yourselves during this time. During this time, I'm sure your friends and family, peers have supported you through these times, so make sure you thank them again. We wish you all the best in the future, whether that is taking up employment, postgraduate studies, travelling the world, or just taking a break. These are exciting times ahead. I am now going to leave you with a Lussa quote. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them, and I hope you continue to achieve the best you can. Congratulations once again, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your celebrations. Thank you.
Thank you, Jade. Well, this marks the end of the ceremony. I hope you've all enjoyed this special occasion and it will be remembered as the high point of an altogether memorable day. Graduates, you are now members of our 120,000 strong global alumni community. The University of Wolverhampton would like to invite you, your family and friends to join us at our post-ceremony drinks reception in the Harrison Library in the Ambika Paul building immediately after the ceremony. Also, following the drinks reception, official class photos will be staged in the campus courtyard, or if it is unsuitable, in the Harrison Library. You are handed the photography schedule with your graduation booklet when you entered the auditorium. I hope you continue to enjoy your day, and I wish you every success for the future. Wherever your destination is for celebration, please have a safe journey home. As you leave the theatre, please take care as the exit leads directly onto a bus route. Guests, could you please remain in your places until the procession has left the auditorium? I now declare the ceremony closed. Please stand.